So hi everyone, this is David from Hotspawn, and today we're joined by G2's head coach Dylan Falco after the insane series against Gen.G here at First Stand. First of all, congrats. I must say that was super impressive. I really want to know like what kind of stuff what magic did you pull off these days to make sure like that G2 can ramp up once again and beat Gen.G.
I think maybe from an internal perspective, actually for me, I'm very happy we won. Obviously, we have struggled at winning best of fives against Korea in the past. It's very difficult. They're generally very strong. But coming into this tournament, I think our past games against Gen.G have always been very competitive, and we scrimmed them a bit at this tournament, and our form, I think, looked a lot better. So, especially after winning yesterday, I actually came to this series thinking we had a very good chance of winning. Probably more than it looks like from the outside, seeing that team like undefeated and just winning straight in Korea for so long.
Yeah, I really want to know like what kind of like it looks like the team is very old up, as in like the synergy between SkewMond and Labrov has gone up incredibly, and then even also like I guess the laning phase between for Hansama and Labrov has also stepped up immensely. Like we saw it this series as well against Ruler and Duro. Did you guys work on anything specifically for throughout First Stand, or was it just like the guys finding their form and just showing up their true potential?
I think Hans and Labrov's form for the past like ever since maybe playoffs has been very strong. I watch them play every day, right? It's not like you guys will need to see the officials. I think their form is very good. I think the main thing that changed maybe versus when they looked poor in BLG versus the last couple of days is just how we were drafting bot lane. I think we had some very hard bot lane matchups in that series, and they're a very good team. And I think if we were playing those same matchups against a team of Gen.G's caliber, probably they would have difficulty as well. So I think we just did a lot of research and theory crafting and understanding of how we can use draft phase. Of course, in the game, they're playing incredibly well as well, but I trust in them actually to be that good at their baseline.
Obviously, now you're going to wait for your opponent. BLG and JDG are playing right now. Which one of the two would you like to face the most? And then what do you think about each team so far based on what they've shown? And what do you think will be the key against both?
I think that BLG looks a bit stronger, and I would like to beat them because they kind of stomped us earlier in the tournament. So it would be really nice to play BLG for the rematch to win the tournament. I think they just play a lot more aggressively. They put us in a lot more tough positions in lane. Gen.G plays a lot more slower, more controlled, which I think for our team is actually kind of nice. I think, that will be the biggest thing about BLG. But as much as BLG does play more aggressively and puts you in more tough spots, I think they also make more mistakes. They get caught out more often. They're more apt maybe to throw than a team like Gen.G would from ahead. So it's a give and take sort of thing.
I really want to talk about SkewMond here because I think he was, I guess, one of the newer guys coming into this team last year. I feel like he's proven us throughout the LEC versus and now obviously now First Stand that he's reached full maturity. Where do you think his ceiling can be at? Like, do you think he still has a lot more to prove?
Well, we've been winning a lot. Can only prove so much. If we were to win the tournament, I guess that's winning all you can win right now. I think he's an exceptional player, definitely one of the most talented European players we've had in a long time. And the thing that impresses me most about him is just he really sees the whole game. He sees the whole map. He thinks strategically. He's not just pathing his character, and he really helps lead the team, especially in the early game, to good scenarios.
I also kind of wanted to ask you your thoughts on the gap because before G2's ramp up, the series against BFX and Gen.G, there were a lot of talks about the gap between Western teams and Eastern teams. Do you think that having this kind of international tournaments kind of help it shrink that gap very quickly and actually allow you to beat them, or is it just sometimes you weren't able to in the past few tournaments able to pull off what you guys were thinking of pulling?
I think our form behind the scenes looked a bit worse at Worlds, but I think from my perspective we were still competitive. I think we could have put some best of 5 victories together at that tournament, but our drafts and performance on the day was very poor. So I think we come into these tournaments usually a slight underdog, but I think in the last few tournaments we've probably underperformed a little bit regarding what we can do, and maybe right now we're just having a good performance. So I think I don't think of it as much as a gap. I think that we're on the level of these teams, and it comes down to our preparation if we can win or lose.
Gotcha. Aside from the obviously already great competitive results that you have guys pulled off at First Stand, is there anything else that you think you're particularly satisfied about how the entire team did so far?
I'm just happy that when we have advantages in the games and when the lanes are going well, that we're relaxed and present and clear on what we're going to do. I think a lot of the times Western teams get an advantage position versus Eastern teams in these games. They start reaching and doing strange things and trying to get too much because they just want to win just now. It's like an emotion thing. But I think, especially because we've won a lot of games now, back to back, I can feel in the communication that we're relaxed and we're present. And I think it's helping us a lot to close these games.
Gotcha. Laura on broadcast was the only one that predicted a 3-0 for G2 today. Yeah. Do you have anything to tell her?
Shout out to Laura. She's a true believer. I hope she has a good prediction for tomorrow as well.
Perfect. Any last message you would like to tell the fans?
No, just thanks to the fans. Hopefully you guys tune in for the finals tomorrow. We'll do our best to win. It will probably be a strong opponent, but we're playing well, and it would be nice to win an international tournament for once.